My name is Sammy Nestico. I've had a wonderful life in music. I was a good friend of the chief arranger with the United States Marine Band, and his name was Bill Jolly, Sergeant Bill Jolly. He's a good friend of mine. And he said, you know, all the other service bands have several arrangers. I'm the only arranger with the Marine Band, and they're going to give me an assistant. He said, boy, I'd like to have you come over. I said, oh, I want to meet the Colonel Chauffeur, see. President Kennedy, you know, was Irish, and he went back to his ancestors back in Ireland. And they had, the kids were all having parades and singing songs. Welcome home, President Kennedy, you know, Irish. And they had, it was just a great time. It was in the news, on the newsreel. These things I did not know at that time. But he went to Dublin and so on, and then he went to Wexford County. Now, Wexford County is where his ancestors, and he talked about his ancestors leaving for America and all that, you know. And the mayor of Wexford gave him this piano sheet, The Boys of Wexford. The Boys of Wexford, see, at that time, prior to that time, the English and the Irish were fighting, see, and surprisingly, the Irish had some victories early on. Anyhow, it's about the boys from Wexford and all the soldiers. And President Kennedy says to the mayor, okay, next year I'm coming back here and I'm going to bring a recording of this to you. Of course, he never made it back. So he came back home and he sent the piano sheet to Colonel Chauffeur. And he also had a book of Irish folk songs that I never heard of. They were the real thing, you know. So I was to write these. I wrote the Marines hymn, and we called it Apotheosis, Glorious Example. And of course, not a dry eye in the house, because I give it this. I give it my heart, a Marine's heart, you know. So the whole idea that it's not only bold, but it's also sad, it's glorious, it's beautiful, it's everything. And you try to paint that picture. I didn't want to be John Philip Sousa. I want to be Sammy. So always in my music, I want to make it sound like the Marine Band, but there's always a little bit of Sammy in there too. You put your own personality, your heart is in there.